Hello, hi, it's Liz here and welcome back to part 2 of making this December journal, primarily for Dephemerember, but I'm also going to use it as a memory keeping journal for December. So hopefully put some photographs, some journaling in it, also the ephemera that we make following the prompts. So I have gathered what I hope is enough bits of paper for my signatures. I think I'll maybe make 2 signatures. I'm just going to sew them in using a pamphlet stitch. So we'll just set this slightly to the side just now. So it's just a proper eclectic mix of papers. So I think I'll keep these littler bits to the side for now, and they'll do some pockets at a later stage. So this is Amazon packing paper. Let's see how we're going to, that bit's kind of already the right size, that's fine. So we've got one of them. Another 2 pieces of this. Maybe what we'll do is we'll join this with a bit of washi. Right, let's just go through. I've got 2 of these from, I think they were from a book about quilting. I've got some little bits of origami paper. I've got some pages from an old stamp album and a couple of pages from a typed up old book. Two pieces of old newspaper. This is from a book. It's like kind of vellum. So 2 bits of that, and that's from, I think, a magazine or a book. Same as that. I've got this patterned paper. A couple of bits of that. Some craft paper, just plain. Some just cheap kiddies drawing paper. Some thicker scrapbook paper that I might use. Some of that. A map. Two map pages. Some music pages. Some more music pages of a different type and colour. And some weather charts. So quite a nice mix. So I'm just going to put that to the side and let's just work on one bit at a time. So we already have this. Let me just organise this side. So we'll put the ones that we're going to do to the side there. So let's think. That's just going to be enough. If I overlap this and join it with some washi, I think we'll be good. So if I overlap it like that, let me just do it long ways. These pages aren't going to be precise. It's all going to look a little bit haphazard, as is the way I like the journals to be. And I just fold that over there. So if your page isn't big enough and you want to keep it the same height, then we can join it up with some washi and then think about where we want the fold to be. Actually, I'm going to fold this one in a bit from the washi. And then I can have a little spare bit there, which can be a pocket or a fold-in bit. So that's the bit that we're going to sew in, this seam here. And that's how it will look. It will have a short page, a proper size page, and a fold out bit there that will either make a long pocket or it can just be folded out. We'll decide that at a later time. So we can add that and that. So we've got 2 pages already. Right, so this, what do we want to do with this? Do we want to keep that ragged edge? That's the first question we'll have to ask ourselves. And do we want a short page and a long page, or 2 littler ones like that? I think we'll have it like that. Yeah, happy with that. And I think I'll just leave that. So we'll do the same with the other one of them. We'll just leave the, this one's a wee bit too ragged for me. I'm going to take the edge off that. So we'll just cut it rather than use the ruler to tear it, because it's just a tiny wee bit. And a tiny wee bit would be hard to pull with the ruler. So we'll use the cutter for that. And then that's 2 pages. To the bundle. Right, I'm going to leave them to the end, just see how we get on. And again, are we going to half these? Or are we going to washi tape them together and have a nice big page with a fold up pocket? Yes, let's do that. So we will washi tape them. I don't want to cover the stamp with the washi tape. Let's use this one this time. And this adds interest to the page without even thinking about it. I don't want to cover my stamp. So I'm just going to cut this one off. Now we'll think about what we want to do with this. I think we'll fold it there and have one slightly shorter than the other. So that will be the middle there. Yep, that'll be a nice page, and I think we will fold it up slightly. So we've got that. That's fine. Right, okay, this. And we've got 2 of these. And I'm wondering if we should do the same with these. The backs are blank, but that's fine because I'm happy to have quite a lot of blanks. we will do the same with this. And maybe this time we will make the opposite side shorter. So this one we made this side shorter. This time we'll make this side shorter. Okay. So it's going to go there, and we will fold it up to about there. Good. And of course, as we go on and do part 3, we will be adding little bits of trim to the side, some pockets. I think we'll just fold this. And the same with this other piece. 1874. Okay, now what about this? Oh, excuse me. Do we want this the right way up, or do we want this kind of fancy with maybe a short and a long? Because this actually might not have anything happen to it, this page. This might just be one of those pages that gets left in the journal just as a little bit of fancy. I quite like that. It did have a sort of natural break. And I've got another piece of this. I wonder if I should take that off. Take it off a little bit. Right, let's think. So if we did that one that way, then the other signature we could do it that way, and put the folder under shells. Yep. Okay, we're getting on like a house on fire here. What's house on fire? That's a terrible saying. I think I want to keep that the right way up. So I've got 2 pages of this. Oh, that must have been, that must have been the back of that. Yeah. Okay, so I think we will join this one. Right, so how are we going to fold this one? Is it too tall? Yes. So we'll definitely need to turn up a little bit. Are we going to fold it? Is there a bit, it's a kind of natural fold. If I fold this bit in, and then fold this. And I'm just going to chop a little bit off the bottom. Just a little centimetre or so. Because it's not enough to turn that. And that's us got a fancy thing for one of the signatures. The two signatures don't have to be matching. That washi's not sticking as much as I would like. Maybe need to go for that with a glue gun. Right, so there's that. Whoops, sorry. Okay, so I think I'll keep these so they're the right height. They're too narrow to fold that way. Oh, I don't mind the trees going sideways. Why not? Okay, and the same with this. And then these are easy. Think away. Yep, that's fine. We'll just do that and that for them. And the same with these. I think I'll do a short and a long. That might need a little bit in, but we'll see. Once you do put the signatures together, we might need to trim the edges of some, because once you have them all in the fold, obviously, like when you pile them up together, you get like, how do you describe it? You'll see. You get like, obviously some bits are bigger because of the fold is, yeah, you know what I mean. I think we'll make that. And we'll do the other one. And I've got this. We'll just do this straight, I think. And then the map. Now, here we are. So, there's Glasgow. And there's a little place called Rutherglen, and that's not too far from where we are just now. We are on, the River Clyde runs through Glasgow, and we are on what they call the south side. So there's east, obviously. The west end of Glasgow is a very posh area. South side is fairly posh. The east end is okay, and north is okay. And then over there, Edinburgh, and it's on the Forth. So we're both on rivers. We have the Clyde and they have the River Forth. And yeah. So, and that's where we used to stay, East Kilbride, out in the suburbs, a wee bit further away from Glasgow. But now we are just 5 minutes to the city centre. So we're loving it here. And yeah. You can tell this is an old map because Shetland is in a box and Orkney is in a box. And normally, well, not normally, but Orkney would be here and Shetland would be up here. And so they moved them to boxes, and it came about that people thought that that's where Shetland actually was and that's where Orkney actually was. And so now I believe they're not allowed to put them in boxes. They've got to make the map a certain size so that Orkney can be in its proper place and the Shetland Isles can be in their proper place. Because I think the islanders were like, no, wait a minute. This can't be right. I wonder if we should, and there's obviously how there's the border there, and this bit is England, and that's Wales, that bit there. So yes, and Northern Ireland is part of us as well, and that's Ireland, the rest of it in the south. But this little bit here, Scotland, England and Wales make up the 4 countries of the United Kingdom. Yeah, let's join them together. Why not? And then we'll need to fold a bit up, or do we want to take the white bits off? Let's take the white bits off, and then we want them to fold, because then we can decide whether we want a pocket on it or not. So just take these white bits off and hope that it will be the right size. Right. Yep, I think we're all right. So let's join it up, and we can take the white off that edge as well. And I think that will give us the correct size once we have joined the 2 maps together. And then at least we're the right way up. So if we join it there. Let's see, what will we use? Let's use one for the map, because it's X marks the spot. And of course, quite a lot of these pages will be covered up with the work that gets done in the journal. The photographs and the journaling cards and the pockets and all sorts of things will cover. No, that's not going to come off. That's fine. Right, let's see how we're going to fold this here. Add a little bit in there, like so. That's similar to that other one. Yep, that's fine. So, music pages that I think will just go about there. And same here. That was easy. Right, these two. Somebody's written on this. I'm wondering, these are already double and it seems a shame to do anything with them. I want to keep this and this and this, so I'm thinking we'll take a bit off the top. Maybe to about there. Let's measure it a little bit better than that. About there. And this one the same. It's got little illustrations, so we'll cut that at the same time. Chop a bit off the top. Keep those bits. Right, so now we've got the correct height and we've still got our illustrations. And if we keep the middle to the middle, we can fold that in and fold this in a little bit. I've maybe put that fold in the wrong place. Let's see. Yeah, I think we can take this fold out a wee bit. That's better. And we'll do the same with this. Just doing it by eye. And hoping for the best. Good. Right, I think we're down to our final piece, the weather maps. And again, we could take, oh, I don't want to take it off because this just looks nice and grungy and old. But it's going to definitely be too. And if we fold that up, oh, let's just do that. Of course, there will still be a degree of playing around once we put them together. I'm wondering if I would just want 2 short bits. If I cut it here and then I have a whole weather map and then I can have a bigger bit. Right, let's do that. So we can have 2 whole weather charts on a page with nice bigger folds. And we can either sew them up to be pockets or we can leave them as things that we open up and journal in. So we've got that piece, and then we will have this bigger piece. Which I think we will keep. If I take off I wonder if this will do. Right, let's see what I was thinking there when I saw that bit of plain. So if we want that, it's still too big. But if I fold it in where the map ends, I get a whole map. And then I can fold this in, just this in. Yeah. So that's, let's get them all. So we have folded them all initially, and now, yep, I think that's going to be enough. We are going to split them into 2. They'll not be exactly the same, and we will need to play around with we've got, so far they're kind of equal. Yeah, 3 and 3. So I've got just the one map. Let's leave all the ones. I've only got one of them. I've got one of them and one of them. I've got one of them and that. And one each of that. And one each of that. I've only got one of them. I've got 2 of them. 2 of them. I've only got 1 of them and 1 stamp album. I've got 2 of them, and the packaging, I have 2 of them. So the ones I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of them's going to be lucky and get an extra bit. So just randomly, I'm going to do that, that, and then there's this little spare piece of paper. Okay, so let's start. Oh, and we were maybe going to add in these. Let's see how it's going to look. Okay, so what might we want for our first? I think I want something older after. I'm just randomly putting them together for the moment, because then I will see how it sits. Oh, come on. Okay. So this is how we are going to. Right, so I hesitated there because there's 2 plain bits together, but I don't think it's going to bother me. Yes, we definitely need to put glue on that washi. And then that's the centre. I'm not sure I want a little bit in the centre, like a smaller piece, because if I sew a stitch up there and a stitch down there, then this is going to miss the stitches. So I'm going to move a bigger piece to the centre, so that then it will catch and keep that one in place. we are okay. There's maybe this one, but I don't think it's too bad actually. And I'll want things to stick out anyway, but if that bothers me, it's just a rough edge that can easily come off. So I think we'll call that. Happy with that. I am just going to take this rough edge off. I don't mind rough edges and I don't mind things sticking out, but there was just something about that there that I thought, no, that will just be in the way and catch things. Yeah, that's better. Right, so the same with this one. So we've got that. Let's remember and not put any small bits in the middle. We'll put that in the middle this time, I think. Actually, I think that goes quite nice with that. Although I like to do it randomly, sometimes some things just look better. Actually, we'll put that in the middle. And then we've got a little weather one. Right, so I've got a few bits sticking out that might just be too big. Yep, so it's that. I'm going to fold it back. And the scrapbook paper in the middle. I think I'm going to take a little bit off it. Right, that orangey paper. I'll take another piece of that. I don't want too many edge folds because it will make it too bulky on the edge, and I want to add a little bulk to the edge with some fabric ruffles and some page edgers, so I don't want too many of these bits. And we've still to flip through this and see what it's like. We'll just make sure that we are all right. I think we are. So we'll flick through this new one. That looks all right. In the middle, and a nice big piece of I think we're all right. I think this can come in a little bit. I'm going to take the edge, just the plain bit from this. See, it just takes a little bit of a footering about. But once we've done this, we can get them sewn in, and then it's the fun bit. Not that this hasn't been fun. Right. Yeah, that's how we are going to be. Good. Still lots to add to the front, and I have pieces of scrapbook paper that match, that we can add pockets and whatnot. Now, where are we going to add these little frivolous bits? Sometimes what people do is do things, fold it at an angle and put it in. I don't want to give myself a funny page and wonder what to do with it. I'm going to leave these just now. And I'm going to call that part 2. Signatures prepped, just the 2. Happy with that. I suppose I could split it, the 2, and make it 4. But I don't really have a spine here. And I'm just going to wing it a bit with where my, I don't know now that this one's turned out quite big, whether to do a 5 or just stick with the 3. Never done a 5 before. I think I'm just going to do the 3. It'll be enough. But yeah, happy with how that looks. It's a nice eclectic mix of old and new, and different pieces of different kinds of paper. And I'm looking forward to covering it all up. Okay, so I hope that wasn't too boring watching me putting bits of paper together, but it's a step that might be helpful. You might be glad that, yeah, I got a little bit of hints and tips of how to fold it and just put some pages together and make it a nice mix of sizes. So yeah, hopefully that was useful. And in part 3, we will decorate, not decorate, but add some pockets. I don't want to decorate because I don't know the ephemera that I'm going to be adding and the photographs and journaling. I'm going to decorate as I go along. I just want to add a few pockets so that at least I've got a wee start. And we might do something here. We might add a pocket here just to keep the prompt list in, and yeah, maybe some photographs that are going to go in the book eventually. It might be useful just to keep a little pocket there for bits and bobs. And we will finish off the front. So, but I'm going to sew it in the signature off camera because I find it quite a tricky thing to do, and I just like to take my time. But I have done it on camera before, so if you want to, you can search, or I'll try and find a link to one that I did and put it in the description box. I'm not sure which video it was. It will be making a journal called something like that. You'll find it. And anyway, there's absolutely thousands of how to do a freehole pamphlet stitch on YouTube, and I just thought for speed I would just do it off camera, and so the next time you see it, it will be sewn in and we will be able to add our finishing touches before the 1st of December. So thanks for joining me today, and if you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.